some folks would be confused by the notion of an open secularism because they just identify secularism with the closed, radical, aggressive. But
that
what that means actually is respect for difference that makes room for actually religious communities and religious expression in the public sphere as well.
Yeah. See, the problem is secularism is not a totally perfect translation of laïcité, right? So laïcité has this very strong references to the French scene. Now, even in 1904, 1905, there were two very strong tendencies in the French scene among the radicaux and so on who were putting this legislation through. One was really the hard kind, and you want to expel all the religious orders, etc. And the other was really Jaurès, Mitterrand. They said the important thing is freedom of conscience. That's the really key thing. So we were really working within that tradition because this is what people here are familiar with in terms of, and so we worked out, Jocelyn Maclure and myself, we sort of worked out how to put this. And our point was there are going to be different regimes of laïcité, different situations, but what's in common is their basic principles are even-handedness of the state and maximum liberté de conscience, right? Now let's figure out how to do that.
But could one worry that the freedom of conscience model itself already plays into a kind of individualistic conception of, say, faith?
Well, only if you are still caught in a certain self-understanding, very common in the way, which is that these religions are meant to be lived by whole societies and meant to be the basis of the unity of those whole society. Now, this is very understandable. America is slightly different in this respect because it shifts from a particular denomination to being a Christian country for some people, right? But if you go to the European scene, and England is a bit, but if you go to the European scene, both Catholic and Protestant, I mean, you have totally Lutheran societies, totally Calvinist societies, totally Catholic society. And the whole idea of what it was to be in these faith positions was to be part of that larger.
Yeah, it was inherently communitarian in a way.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, I don't mind communitarian because the life of a church is by itself a communitarian life. But it was linked to the political society, right? And the idea that this is the whole problem with hard secularism. Hard secularism, like the Jacobins, didn't understand any other structure. Only they wanted to say, throw it out, put in the droit de l'homme and all this kind of stuff. Right? There has to be, that's what makes hard secularism. I mean, how can we run a society if we don't agree on these fundamental things?